Said it before. I mean, that's some big business going on Jake Paul's part, for sure, for him to land that kind of fight, to come from not even a boxing background. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right?
But I think that Gervonta, he just ducking Lamont Roach. And I feel like money grab is a money grab because before this, he said he was going to retire. And now all of a sudden, he fighting Jake Paul.
Tensions exploded in a live interview when Bill Haney went head-to-head with Gervonta Tank Davis over his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. What started as a standard media appearance quickly turned into a fiery showdown. Haney didn't mince his words. He blasted the matchup as nothing more than a cash grab, accusing Davis of chasing clout instead of challenging real fighters. His voice rose with passion as he questioned Davis's dedication to boxing, saying true champions prove themselves against elite opponents, not YouTube personalities. Davis fired back, defending his choices and claiming he was simply expanding the sports audience. But Haney refused to back down, pushing harder, calling the fight an insult to boxing's legacy. The tension was electric. Viewers could feel every ounce of animosity as both men refused to yield. Within minutes, fans flooded the chat, taking sides and sharing clips across social media. What began as a simple interview had suddenly become one of the most explosive and talked-about moments in modern boxing media.
So this is not really about the competitiveness of the fight. It's cloud chasing 101. It's the two biggest names that will sign the same piece of paper to fight each other for a shit ton of money. Because Tank has knockout power, even though he's way smaller. You already know that Jake Paul's going to like push this, like, I'm fighting one of the biggest knockout artists in the game. And then Tank Davis, this is probably the biggest check out there for him.
Rumors are spreading like wildfire that Gervonta Tank Davis is poised to secure a jaw-dropping $100 million payday for his highly publicized showdown with Jake Paul. If true, that figure would place Davis among the highest-paid boxers in the sport's history, elevating the fight's financial stakes to extraordinary levels. Although no official details have surfaced about his guaranteed purse or revenue splits, the sheer size of the rumored payout speaks volumes. Critics argue that this massive sum exposes the bout's true purpose, money over merit. Many believe it's less about legacy and more about headlines, views, and entertainment dollars. The staggering numbers have only strengthened the perception that this event is built for spectacle rather than genuine competition. Yet, despite the controversy, the buzz surrounding the fight keeps growing, proving that in modern boxing, hype and business often hit harder than the punches themselves.
Just keep going, keep going. Even if the sport don't love you in the moment, you still would want to at least be competitive, at least, right?
I concur, but I'm also going to be logical, rational, and I have a family. We always talking about this generational wealth that we're trying to build for our lineage and all of those things, these key phrases.
Yeah.
Yo, me being competitive and loving a sport, again, that is damaging to your body, damaging to your brain. We've seen brain trauma, head trauma, all those things from people that participated in the sport. I'm going to get this bag when the bag is presented.
But when you at the top of your game,
And by bag, he means $100 million if the reports.
What are you talking about?
okay,
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
okay, I respect that.
What?
Just to put things in perspective, by bag,
With minimal risk.
Bill Haney's frustration with Gervonta Tank Davis runs much deeper than the upcoming Jake Paul spectacle. For years, Bill has accused Davis and his camp of dodging legitimate threats, especially a long-awaited clash with Devin Haney. According to Bill, his son's elite boxing IQ, sharp timing, and technical mastery make him a stylistic nightmare for Tank, and that's exactly why the fight has never come to life. And in multiple interviews, Bill hasn't held back, openly calling out Davis's selective matchmaking. He's criticized Tank's rumored interest in a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., labeling it another safe choice designed to protect his spotless record. Bill insists that Davis avoids top-tier opponents who could truly test his skills, instead opting for fights that guarantee high paydays with minimal risk. For Bill Haney, it's not just about money or hype, it's about legacy and competition. And until Davis steps up against real elite talent, Bill argues, his undefeated status will remain a record built on convenience, not courage.
He is. Mike's a tough dude. I mean, you have to watch what you say to Mike, for sure. He's in for a fight, though.
Well, Mike Tyson is 58 years old. Jake Paul's 28 years old, right? It's a 30-year age difference. And Jake Paul is not a weak guy. No. You know, I remember George Foreman. He even talked about one of Jake's punches. He said, "Yeah, I would have gone to sleep." The overhand right like that.
Jake is a heck of an athlete. He's a heck of an entertainer. I've always said that, he might even be the face of the sport of boxing. Moves that he's making, because it's all about making taking the boxing further and bringing new fans and new eyeballs, those kind of things. So move that Jake is making right now to get Mike Tyson in the ring, even at 58, is impressive.
Leonard Ellerby, the longtime advisor to Gervonta Tank Davis, recently opened up about the boxer's mental and emotional struggles behind the scenes. According to Ellerby, there was a period when Tank simply wasn't mentally prepared to face Lamont Roach Jr., as he was battling intense personal challenges that left him emotionally drained and unfocused. Ellerby revealed that Davis endured several turbulent phases in his personal life, making it unwise to rush into another grueling fight. Instead of forcing himself into the ring just to meet expectations, Tank made the decision to step back, recover, and rebuild his mental strength. Ellerby stressed that while fans often view Davis as an unstoppable force, they forget he's also human, someone who faces family struggles, public criticism, and the relentless weight of fame. Behind the power punches and highlight reels lies a fighter still learning to balance his career, emotions, and personal peace. In the midst of all the chaos and criticism, Gervonta Tank Davis stands at a crossroads that defines both his career and his character. His upcoming fight with Jake Paul has split the boxing world in two. Some see it as a clever business move, others call it a betrayal of boxing tradition. Bill Haney's sharp words still echo, accusing Tank of chasing fame instead of legacy, while coach Calvin Ford defends his fighter's experience, confidence, and deep-rooted skill. Sean Porter praises Davis as a relentless dog in the ring, a fighter whose hunger and mental toughness separate him from the rest. Yet, the bigger question remains, is Tank fighting for greatness, or simply for the bag? For Davis, this bout isn't just about punches and paychecks. It's about ownership of his story, his survival, and the right to define what success means on his own terms. Maybe he's no longer chasing belts or validation. Maybe he's chasing peace, power, and permanence beyond the ropes. So, what do you think? Is Tank Davis sacrificing legacy for luxury, or rewriting the rules of boxing itself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and join the debate. And if you're passionate about real boxing talk, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for every knockout moment, every controversy, and every fight that shakes the sport to its core.